Hey everybody, it's Andrew Gaffney with Retail Touchpoints, and I'm here at the Retail Innovation Conference Expo, and I'm really excited to be joined by Harry Cunningham from goodMRKT. Harry helped us partner with us on a really cool activation here at the show, bringing their goodMRKT concept here to the show floor.
Yes, sir.
Harry, let's start out with any of our viewers that may not be familiar or have heard about goodMRKT yet. Really cool concept. Give them some background on it.
Yeah, thank you. So goodMRKT is a community of brands, over 60 purpose-driven brands from all over the world that are all on missions to support a variety of causes. Some of them are lighter causes, other of them are more deeper causes, such as sex trafficking or homelessness,
right.
Getting food to children, and we're a little over a year old.
And physically, how does it take shape? How many different locations
So
are
physically, our flagship store is in Fort Wayne. It's anchored by a cafe that we call the Good Cafe, where we also serve purpose-driven coffees and drinks. And then we have an online presence as well. We had a pop-up in New York City for the holidays, and we're thrilled to kind of bring a micro version of the pop-up here to the show floor.
Is the idea to bring
We think of first, yeah.
Is the idea to bring more pop-ups out into the market?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. We certainly are working on some additional full flagship locations now, and then talking about where we could go as a pop-up. One of the things that we always want to do if we're doing a pop-up is make sure that it's anchored by the cafe, because we do focus on storytelling. The content is so rich from each one of the brands that are in here that we want to be able to tell those stories, and we find that when we can sort of get people to drink a cup of coffee and walk around and talk, they can take the time and kind of slow down a little bit, yeah.
Talk a little bit on it, not that you will remember them all off the top of your head, but talk a little bit about some of the brands and companies that are here.
I probably remember most of them. So we have about a third of our brands here. Some of the big ones are Sackcloth and Ashes, which is a blanket brand that we carry. It's a one-for-one blanket model, so it was founded by a gentleman whose mom ended up living on the streets, and he wanted to help kind of remedy the challenges that homeless shelters face. So for every blanket we sell, he gives a blanket to a homeless shelter. And we have a brand called Able here that really is working with women that have overcome. So women that have come out of a variety of challenging situations,
right.
They've taught them new trades. And we have a brand called New Hope Girls that works, they have a factory in the Dominican Republic, and it's a safe house for young women, and as young as even 2 years old, that have been rescued out of sex trafficking, and we've helped them build a factory where they employ women to keep their own children out of that potential risk, just because they have now a stabilized income.
Right.
So the stories go on, and we could talk for days about it.
And a mini version of the cafe here as well, and that's a purpose-driven brand behind that as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So the coffee we serve is from a brand called Utopian, based in Fort Wayne, where we're based, and they work with coffee farms that have lost their farms to drug trade farming. And help them get their farms back. And so the coffee is actually also doing good just when you drink a cup of coffee. So you can come in and do good just by having a cup of coffee, which you probably are doing at home every day anyway.
Now, you have a deep experience, background in the retail industry. From a merchandising standpoint, talk about sort of the approach you're taking with this.
Yeah, so there are 3 pillars that we really use to help define all of our merchandising. It's good people, great products, and exceptional causes. So each one of the brands here have technically checked all those boxes, if you will, but we're very careful to understand and get to know the people behind the brands and what their mission was and how they found their purpose, and then why they created specific product to kind of support that purpose, and then ultimately what is the cause that they're really doing. And we think a lot about kind of where retail was, and then retail shifted into cause marketing, and now we think that retail is shifting into marketing a cause, which is a lot of kind of what we're helping to do to drive forward. So kind of tapping into what my years of experience in the retail world are, and kind of shifting them into a more modern approach today.
It's a really exciting activation. We're getting great feedback on it, so thank you for all the
Thanks,
partnership.
Andrew. Appreciate it.
Thanks
for having us here.
Thanks, everybody.